So hello and welcome. I'm Denali Veda here with Amber Celestial Angel, another light worker, beautiful light worker. Hello, love. We just wanted to come and
Hi.
talk to you today a little bit about the angels and how we work with the angels and how you can work with the angels. The angels are our family, they're God's divine workers, and there's a lot of misconceptions about angels and where people don't really have the knowledge or even are aware that you can work with the angels yourself, and especially your personal guardian angels. But the archangels are accessible to everyone and anyone, and I work with them in every healing session that I do. And just a little bit about who I am, and Amber's going to introduce herself here. And one second, and there we go. So I'm a quantum healer. I've been a teacher and healer in many lifetimes. I'm an intuitive empath and light worker and enlightened life coach. I'm the creator and founder of Denali Mind, Body, Soul. And as I've been an activist and researcher for almost 20 years. I'm an ominist and, as I said, a quantum healer. And the type of quantum healing I practice is called introspective past life hypnosis. But that was what I'm certified in. And at this point, I practice my own interpretation that doesn't yet have a name. But my studies also include the Hindu Vedas, Buddhism, Gnostic Christianity, with other ancient traditions. I went through dark night of the soul or ego death in 2015. I had chronic Lyme disease that nearly killed me and was bedridden for a year. But the light brought me through that, through God's medicine. I had healed myself with help of the angels, of course. I not only survived, but I was reborn. And I've been on this mission after my healing and spiritual awakening to assist others like me, teaching and guiding others the way back to the light and how to heal their mind, their body, and soul and awaken their true self. So there you go. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell me all your beautiful work?
Yes. So I'm Amber Celestial Angel, and I always was an empath and a medium, but as I was younger, I just learned to tune it out and turn it off because a lot of shaming and just bad things came out of it. Nobody, really understood. So then as I was a teenager, I started opening up more, but still didn't quite tell a lot of people about it. So then I shut it off again once I had my first son that I was pregnant with. So I didn't really do much. I did a lot of research. I've been a researcher and looking into natural foods and all that stuff pretty much. Always a questioner and researcher.
Seeker. Yeah, a seeker, yep. I call it. We're seekers.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then when I got pregnant with my second son, so it was about 6 years later, and I started getting messages and started automatic writing. So it's like he kind of tuned us in and tuned us into all the realms. And so I started automatic writing then, and it saints and angels coming through. And I didn't know many of them, so my fiance had to introduce me to a lot of who a lot of those beings were. And Joseph, Mary were prevalent. Archangel Michael was my first who came through. And so yeah, but I really didn't tell anybody about it still. And then I had a near-death experience, and that's when I saw a lot of and learned and saw a lot, I healed my brain from bleeding. So, I healed my body. I was guided how to, and saw and really connected with the angels in that moment, and even was able to feel the God love source. So that was very interesting. And coming back, they showed that it's about family and being here and connecting and community and really actually enjoying what we have here, like the connection we're able to make on a physical level, and love, connection, community, of course, and also to just get out there and be me, like spread the gift that I'm meant to, which is connecting, using that connection and sharing it and helping others get on their path and opening up more to the angels and the love and the peace that we can truly have. And I love the term that we came up with, which is bring heaven to earth in all hearts and homes. So just about, yes. And I was gifted with, came in with, but really realized it was something during my near-death experience, the Mother Mary archetype energy. So I'm here to spread that and get that back because it's been lost. So
yes,
the divine mother energy. Yes,
we need that.
Yes,
we need that.
And so here we are.
Well, beautiful. And I was just talking to Amber before this, and how Spirit had guided me maybe a month ago or 3-4 I don't know, weeks ago, just around there, that they were telling me to find Mother Mary, an incarnation or an aspect of Mother Mary, and then just discovered that that Amber, that you are, and I'm an aspect of Mary Magdalene, one of the main incarnations of Mary Magdalene that's here on earth at this time. So there are many others, and that might confuse people, I think, when they say, there's numerous people saying, well, I'm Mother Mary, or I'm Mary Magdalene, or I'm this person and that person. And it's because our souls are so big, they fractalize, and there's numerous, I don't know if I'm cut out here, saying my internet's unstable, numerous aspects of the same soul in different incarnations in different body temples. So this is also something I'm trying to teach people, and it's already confusing enough teaching people you have past lives, you have parallel lives, there are angels around. I mean, so much out there that our eyes need open to. And of course, there is, people think it's weird, think it's crazy, or even, think it's worse than that, because there's so much indoctrination that has gone on in the churches that have been misled. And so one of the biggest messages that I've gotten learned is teach people about the angels. And the angels are waiting there. They're always around us, but they really can't unless we call on them. So that's what also has been, not taught to us, that, the angels, you really have to call on them to do their job, to do their work. And so every day, how I start my day is I create my shield, but I also call on Archangel Michael and my personal guides and the archangels to shield me every day, to protect me every day. And I've asked God or Spirit directly, well, why do I have to do that every day? Like, why can't I just do that once? Like, but God doesn't want us to get spiritually lazy, I guess. And people, even I can do that at times and be spiritually lazy. But for the reason I was told is because they want us to connect to them. And that keeps that connection, that keeps us talking to them, because they're kind of like a human. We want it to be talked to. We don't want to be lonely. We want to be, connecting to each other and others, even though they always have this spiritual, invisible connection that we don't see, of course. What do you think about that?
Yes, I totally agree. I do the same every day, shield and protect, and call on Archangel Michael and whoever else I may feel I need that day. Pretty much, of course, Mother Mary is every day pretty much with me. Yes, because I am. We are, but that's another kind of thing you have to explain. We are one, and yes, fractions of each other. It's funny you said that, because I was trying to understand one day, like, how it all works. So they actually showed me this picture. I tried to draw it, but it didn't come out very well. That we come from a source, and off of that, so there's a ball, and then off of that, there's a lot of little segments, each, live their own lifetimes but eventually we come back to that same one place and return. And this is what I also, from the near-death experience perspective and being there, there is a heaven, and we do go to heaven. It's just about being as godlike in love as much as we can before we return there, but going through all our lessons and lifetimes and bringing back pieces. And that's how we remember the past lives, or we need to, gather and remember things. It's weird, because it's weird for people who don't well, for me, even for all of us, right? Because we didn't come in knowing this, we had to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the veil was placed over us because it would be too confusing to, if you were a man in your past life or you were murdered and then coming in with that trauma. And so they have to place the veil over us. And then we have to somehow connect back to, the goal is to connect back to our soul, because the soul knows all the lessons and the soul knows all the lifetimes. And that's what I'm doing in my past life regressions or quantum healings, is we're accessing the soul and talking to the soul. But for all my healings, I call in the archangels when something needs healed. And the soul or the archangels will tell me what that person needs. So all healing is, in a way, self-healing is another big secret. But the angels were created, I mean, they all come with healing abilities, but then they each individually have different main jobs as well. And I'm going to show a little video here, a little quick video just talking about the different archangels. And getting that up. Okay. Okay, another light worker there that works with the angels, and a very nice video. We only have like 15 minutes left, but I guess I want to just talk more about how, Archangel Michael obviously is a very famous angel, and there's other angels, Raphael, Uriel, Azrael, Jophiel, so many different ones. And I work with a few main ones almost every session, but then also we'll call on all of the archangels, and then also people's personal, angels to help us with our healings and sessions. And I just love the angels, and just their energy is beautiful and amazing. And it really hurts my heart that so many people are, miseducated, I guess, or misguided on, just that God created the angels for humanity to help humanity. And it's not a sin to pray to them. It's not a sin to ask for their help. And that's what God created them for. And they are not only in Christian religion, but Abrahamic, the Jewish religion, Islam, Hinduism, Native Americans. So this is a very planetary, kind of ideology where they come from and where they're spoke about. So it's just, I really, really want people to understand how amazing they are and what they can do to help the world. Especially, we need the angels more than ever with the shift that's going on. The new earth, the light workers are here to bring light, to bring wisdom, to bring healing, and to help overall bring the heaven to earth, like you talked about. And, it's just, the angels are willing and waiting and eager in the background, waiting for you to connect to them, So I found so much joy and passion in connecting with them and seeing how amazing they are. And I guess I'd always believed in angels since I was a child. I'd always pray to my little angel, where are you? And show me, I want to see you. And, I didn't get to see him, but I always believed. So I don't know. Do you have clairvoyance where you can see the angels? I have the angels appear to a lot of my clients, and I have seen some of them where they just appear as light, but
it started with automatic writing and here on but once I had my NDE, I was able, but I don't see them as a, like a figure. They're light, they have different light frequency, or they're actually the same frequency, but different lights. That's all I can really explain it as. But no, I haven't. Yes, I have seen them, but not, like we portray them with as humans, in books and things like that. But I do see wings sometimes still, though. Just they do have the wings, but it's just different because it's like, light and wings.
Yes, I saw that I had wings during a vision. I had wings that looked like rainbow light. So they had like a rainbow aura, and they were pure light coming out of me. I also channel Archangel Gabriel and am an aspect of Archangel Gabriel. So that's one. And my son is Archangel Uriel, and my husband is an aspect of Michael. So we're like a holy family.
Yeah.
Maybe your family is too. If you
same here. Yes. Yes.
So it's so amazing. And my son is my son is a very gifted psychic. He's only 12 and he's not really into this stuff, of course, but he channels Uriel and doesn't really want his friends to know or anything. But so I'm still teaching him and helping say, well, it's going to be okay one day where you can tell your friends. So I can't wait for that future to see that, where, you and I and all of the light workers and just spiritual people that know these truths are going to be, it's okay that we can, come out of the background and have no fear that we're going to be attacked or we're going to be judged or misunderstood, because that's hard. That's a hard part of this path, that so much misunderstanding. And I have a very religious aunt that works for the Catholic Church and thinks that, it's evil, the work that some of this work that I do, and I'm being deceived. And it's like, we have the gift of discernment, where it's another spiritual gift, and not everyone has it, but you can have it. So, and again, she doesn't understand that because she hasn't looked and studied and been shown the things that we have been shown. So it is going to take time, and I try not to take it personally, and tell other light workers, don't take it personally. When you first come out and you try to teach these things or talk about these things, your soul family will come to you eventually. It took me a long time to, meet people like Amber and other light workers, and to have people you can really connect with and know the truth, which is amazing when you start connecting with those.
Yes, there are a lot of us, like, despite, even though it doesn't seem like they're next door to us or, real close, and not even in our family most of the time, but there really is. I know we had to, I guess this was the time of us all connecting and coming together, and because there's so many, we're just kind of spread out. And of course, they say that's for a reason, so we can connect the grid and light it up. But it does get hard, especially, because, certain, and I don't know about everybody, but like for me personally, it is hard because that was one of my biggest things as a child, being shamed, like that's not real and things like that. So that was one of my biggest dark night of the souls. And even sometimes I have to come back and say, okay, it's okay. Like, just people don't understand, and that's okay. You still walk your path, and you still do what God, and I know the love of God, the loving God sent me here to do. And I don't think there's a bad God, by the way, like religion sometimes teaches, but the wrathful and vengeance. No, I think that was put in there. God is all loving and just beautiful and such a pure, like I can't explain it, what I felt when I was over on the other side, but it's beautiful. And anyway, so I'm just here doing my path, and things don't really, like I say, some days I have to just bring myself back up, but it's all a work, we're all work in progress, and we still have to deal with everyday normal issues too. It's just coming back to the loving place of, empowerment. Okay, it's okay. We're going to keep going and spread it, and that's all there is to it. And,
Yeah. Well, and I've been told, right now we're in a test, and Earth, we're constantly tested, but the light workers was shared with me that we're tested even more so. So, and even Jesus was tested, because I asked, I go, well, why do I have to be tested? And they said, well, Jesus was tested too, so you don't get off the hook. And, but one of the main messages that I've been trying to share also that I've been getting is God wants people to know this is a test, and we're in the final test. This is the final exam, the final test right now. And I have been with Source directly during a plant journey. They took me out of my body, and I traveled through dimensions and portals, and it was like infinite. It was amazing. And I came to see Source, and Source was like a giant star that was like moving, almost the opposite of a black hole. Like light was just being pulled and grown. But as soon as I was in that presence, it was unconditional, pure love that I felt. And there was a frequency and a song or a sound that was being played with it, that it was the unconditional love, was this frequency or this sound. And the way that I describe, and this is in this vision, God showed me my mission and what I'm supposed to do. And it's really the same mission for us all. It's to be unconditional, pure love, be an embodied. That's what Christ was. That's what the ascended masters were. The true religion is love. But in that vision also, the way I would describe God is an unconditional love song. That's just what I was intuitively told as well, that's how we can describe God. And the thing about Satan and the adversary and all of that, like, some people don't believe in it. And you could, in a way, I know that it's there, but God allowed Satan or the adversary to test us, is what I was told. So God can overcome the devil and Satan, of course, at any time and all times. But Satan is part of our test. He brings his demons to test us. So, but in the end of this game that we're in this matrix that we're in, we'll see that even the demons had a mission and a purpose sent by God. And there's always a bigger picture and deeper meanings to everything. And people need to start paying attention to the signs. The angels are always sending us signs in birds, in numbers, the 1111. That's, of course, whenever, seeing 222, 333, but 1111 is big. And so the more we start to pay attention to the spiritual world, the more they're going to even, show us, which is amazing. Yeah. But
yes, I love that.
Yeah, and I love your little angel necklace too. Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
I have my crystals that I work with here just next to me. I'm going to show. I have my labradorite. This is beautiful. And
yes, that's pretty.
I have selenite that I always work with and have my clients hold, which is associated with the angels, especially. This is Lemurian. I don't have my selenite here. But selenite is a cleansing and protection stone and associated with the angels. So I really recommend for people just getting into the spiritual world, get crystals, but especially get selenite for
Yeah,
angel
an
energy.
angel light. I have my little angel light
Oh,
stone
beautiful. Love it.
that it's like purely connected, and then also my celestite, which I keep with my angel light. So I've got all, yes, I do my angelic crystal healing. So I have all my crystals are tuned to the specific archangel. It aligns all chakras, aligns everything, when I do sessions. So I love my crystals.
Yes, I
You
know.
can tune them to whatever you like, but then they have their certain gifts,
Yes, of course.
main.
Yes, and I have
So yes, I agree. Selenite, angelite, love it.
Yeah, there's many crystals. I tell people to get what crystals they're called to as well. Whichever ones you're called to, of course, get. But I have selenite in every room of my house. It helps make a crystal grid to protect from the 5G. It actually protects against the 5G as well, along with tourmaline, shungite, and what is the other one? Organite. And I have a few pieces of organite.
Yeah.
And then I wear an organite piece a lot, and then I'm always wearing crystals on me. Of course, I have a number. I need more. I'll probably eventually have my whole arm in crystals. But it's funny, when I was a little girl, even I was so drawn to crystals and always loved crystals. And you probably, had that.
Yes, I was the same way. Like, we'd go out hiking, and I loved rocks. I just loved collecting these random rocks. And actually, I was looking a couple months ago at these. Like, I moved to Florida from Colorado, and I saw I had this big bag still packed away of all these rocks that some of these are actual crystals and rocks, and I had a piece of amber in there, so I thought that was awesome.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
that was
wow,
a gift.
like that was meant to be, huh?
Yeah, every vacation we go on, or whenever we go hiking, we love to hike. I'm always looking for rocks. I've even dug up like a giant rock from the Smoky Mountains, and my husband was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm gonna get this. I need this. Like, it's meant for me." But yeah, I definitely love rocks and the crystals, and people can even communicate with crystals. And my son can actually communicate with the crystals. I don't have that ability yet. That's one I'm working on and can't wait for. But he can talk to the animals as well. He's very blessed. But we might get kicked off here because I only had this on the time limit for 12. So just in case we get kicked off, I think we might need to sign off. And of course, come back again and talk again. But I loved connecting with you. And how can people find you, Amber, and learn more about your services?
Well, I'm at ambercelestialangel.com. All my services are there, and I also have a Facebook group just for mothers who are on their journey, trying to live their purpose, find their purpose, and that's Heart of Mother's Purpose. So I'm around an Amber Celestial Angel on Facebook as well.
Yep.
And I have YouTube.
Okay, yeah. What's your YouTube?
It's just it won't let me change it. So it's love, peace. I've had it since like 2012 or something, but now I tried to change it to Amber Celestial Angel, but it won't let me. So
okay.
just love, peace.
Yeah, you could start a new one maybe, but that's okay. I also have a YouTube that I just started where I'm sharing my quantum healings. I'm sharing, other things like this, like videos with you. I'm also doing workshops online and master classes locally. I was doing them locally, but, with the shutdown, we're forced to do things online. But I also have my YouTube is Denali Mind Body Soul. My Facebook is Denali Mind Body Soul, making it easy. And I'm sharing divine spiritual wisdom, inspiration, and messages received from Spirit that God wants others to know. And for the light workers, helping light workers awaken. And those are the main people that I set the intention to work with, the light workers that haven't totally woken up yet, that are in the middle, and so on. But I also just want to say, before we go, about the coronavirus and a message that God and Source and the angels are telling us all: have no fear. Have no fear. It is over and over a test to not have fear at this time. That the dark ones, the Illuminati, the cabal, and all of that are out there testing us, that is one of the main ways that we let darkness in, is when we let fear into our hearts. So it lowers our vibration, it lowers our immune system. So this is like a double-edged sword. So if you have family or friends that are out there and they're living in fear, they're afraid of this virus, just understand God is protecting his people. And I don't mean to say he, because it's not a he. It's just an old habit. So God,
that's what I call it too. He.
I know it's a he and a she, or it's universal energy. But understand that we need to pray every day, asking for God's protection, and then believe we are protected. So calling on the angels, calling Jesus, calling your angels, call your benevolent ancestors. You can talk to them all. And the more protection, the better. But build up your shield every day. It's really important. And just trust and believe this is all has a divine purpose and a bigger, more things than you can understand are going on in the world. And it's not just what you're being shown. So go and have no fear, because you can't resonate in love when you're in fear. And that's what our biggest mission is to be the love and spread God's love to all and love all of the world and each other and come together. And they're almost separating us on purpose, to keep us from unifying and keeping, but we have, Zoom now and things where we can still connect and still share love with one another in any way that you can. So just trust there's good things coming. Things might get worse before they get better, but trust God has a plan, and just trust it. So it was beautiful to connect to you, Amber. I love your energy. I love your work. And I'd surely recommend you for other people to give her a call and check her out. And also whoever you feel called to work with, there's plenty of light workers out there. And, we're just one of many that are doing God's work right now. But so is there anything you want to say?
Nope, same to you. I love your work and your energy. And yes, love is the key. So that's what we're here for. You're right. Connect.
Yes, connection. Well, I'm sure we'll be speaking again and talking again. And well, you have a beautiful, blessed day. And same to you all, soul family out there. We love you. Be blessed, be light, and be well.
Yes.